At the age of 15, my mum gave me this Bible. So this Bible went with me everywhere, even if I was dancing, even if I was stripping, even when I was doing whatever, this word was with me. I know it's a mess, it's my NIV Bible, I love it dearly, but it's very important to know that anything that I'm sharing to you, this was with me all the way. So I'm 15, 16, I'm in the strip club and I've been introduced to cocaine. Not only have I been introduced to cocaine, but the people that have introduced me to the cocaine are the people that's bringing it in from Scotland, from Manchester, from London, from everywhere. They're not street sellers, they're the people with big, large quantities, so I don't have to pay for it. I can have full access to it. And the addiction became so hard that I went from taking, I believe the first time I took it, I took so much that you probably last a week taking it. So the addiction on me was huge. It got so bad. I ended up taking about 20 grams a night, which could be about £1,000 to £1,500 worth a night. I'm now a nurse, so I now know physically I shouldn't be here because of everything I've learned through my nursing, and only by God's grace am I standing here. But when I was going through all of these, meeting all these different people, and it's strange that I'm standing here, and I believe I used to party here. Because when I was sent to dance in London, then I was sent to dance in Birmingham. I wasn't from Birmingham. The only way I know Birmingham is from dancing and taking drugs, selling drugs and partying. And I said I would never want to come back here. This is the place that the Lord has brought me back. So I was in Birmingham quite a lot, taking a lot of drugs and getting to know all the gangsters in every area. I just wanted to hang around with them. I would stay at their houses, I would stay in their bars, in their pubs. They were my friends. All of this took place, and along the line, you know, some of the dancers were friends. Not just in the dance club, but outside the dance club. I had one really close friend of mine that I'll tell you about later that I met, and I danced from the age of 15 to 25. Am I talking too fast? Is everyone okay?
All right.
So, I'm going to tell you how I came off drugs, because that's very important. Not only was I on drugs and taking a lot of cocaine, I began taking ecstasy. I began taking speed. I was on it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to the point when I went 14 days with no sleep. And the only thing I survived on and I could physically swallow was, I remember seeing my stepdad, who was in World War II, mixing an egg with a little bit of milk, and he would take it down. So that's all I took, because I couldn't physically eat taking cocaine because you've got no appetite. So for the 14 days I didn't sleep. I remember getting so bad, so addicted, but also spending a lot of time talking to God. Saying, God, what am I doing? Why should we be doing this? To the point when I was actually, this Bible used to have a cover on it. I actually started taking my coke on the cover of my Bible, because the relationship I had with God, I was taught to pray at an early age. So if you're going through anything and you're taught from an early age to speak to your Father in heaven, you speak to him regardless. He wasn't out of the picture. He was with me when I was taking, I was speaking to him. And I was wrestling inside. I was almost like, God, why am I doing this? I wasn't meant to be doing this. I love Sunday school, I love church, I love you. I was the kid at school, even though I was with all the cool people. I would go back at lunchtime and ask to see that religious education video at break time, because I felt like I missed out. I would read my little Bible that the Church of England had given me under the desk at school, so I knew all along this was something on me that I shouldn't be doing. So in all of this, I have to say God's grace was with me, because these men, as dangerous as they were, whatever weapons they had on me, they never raped me, they never touched me, they never even forced themselves on me. So I even sat in a room with a lot of them. It was almost like I was invisible. I was not harmed in any way, shape or form. It came to the point when even the club that I worked on Hagley Road, they would come and say, sit down. And they'd call me by my dance name. I said, don't dance tonight, just sit down and talk, because I had the gift of the gab and I could laugh and I'd talk to them. They couldn't tell what was going on with me. They didn't even know how young I was, but they'd pay my fee so I didn't have to work, and they'd give me money. So it came to the point, now I can look back and see, God, you didn't even want me taking my clothes off, because these people would just say, sit here and talk to us. I was almost protected at that time in God's own way. So I began to just, I got so dark, so deeply involved in cocaine and the people that I was with in Nottingham, where I was living. I moved out of my family's home, and I had my son at the age of 20, and I was now living in a house, and so many of the armed robbers and the dealers were with me. I had so much drugs around me that I thought I was going to end up killing someone. And not only that, I purchased a gun. The gun was under my pillow with the Bible under my pillow. And even my little son, well, he's not little now, he's 16 on his this side, but even this year has been very hard for me. I keep seeing how he had the gun in his hand. was, he could have shot himself, he could have shot me. It could have been a lot worse than what I'm actually sharing right now. I probably wouldn't be here to share. But even in that situation, I remember phoning the police and saying, if you don't get me out of this place, I'm going to end up shooting someone. So I'm paranoid now because cocaine brings paranoia. Not only are you paranoid, but you're not sober-minded, you're in the spirit realm, you can see actual demons, you can see spirits. So if you're saying to someone, well, there's someone there, you may appear to be paranoid, but because you're not of a sober mind, you're sensing higher than you should be sensing without the protection of God. So all of this was taking place, and I ended up moving from Nottingham. I changed my surname. I don't want to have it because the family got involved and there was courts involved and police involved. I changed my surname. I changed the look. I used to have like all this fake hair and this dancing look that I had. Got rid of the dance name and I came to Birmingham. Out of all places, I was pregnant. I came from Nottingham to Derby. I got to Derby and I ended up getting pregnant with my daughter. She's 11 now. And I was just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. And I remember the doctor saying, oh, you've had a miscarriage. I was like, I can't have a miscarriage because in the whole 5 years, because of the sexual abuse and stuff, I wasn't very sexually active. I know I only had sex once in that time, around the time when I was pregnant with my daughter. I was like, I can't be pregnant. And then I went to the hospital in Derby Infirmary and they said, yes, we think you're having a miscarriage. You need to go and have a scan and see if the baby's come out and everything's come out, or do you need to get cleared up? So I remember going, oh, I'm just so high. And, I sent my son to my sisters and she was looking after him. I was getting more drugs, getting more high. And I remember going to the hospital high, so high. And I remember the nurse doing the scan and she said, oh, the heartbeat's fine. And I was like,